Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. As always, I am just some dude on the internet, and you are watching Project Zomboid Build 42. This is the Hank Fultz Chronicles. Let me get my music turned up just a little bit more for me. Yeah, this song is a little bit quiet. There we go. All right, welcome back, everybody. Now, there is something new. My goodness, I feel like, hang on, I gotta fix my audio. Give me 1 second here. There we go. Turn that down for me. Hell yeah. Okay. Yeah, something new is going on. If you have not been aware already, live audience members, if you are chatting with us live, you are now going to see an overlay that's going to be popping up in the chat window. So, and as to not be too distracting, it's going to go away after 8 seconds is what I have it set to, but I can change that if need be. And I've got it set up so that it's thematic. You know, we're going to be playing some different games, not just Project Zomboid. So now there's going to be, you know, different themes and stuff for the chat. Ever thought of doing a week 1 run starting off as a serial killer? No, I have not thought of that, Rain Check, but that is an interesting idea. But I'm glad to see that the chat is working as expected. Now, Mr. Hank Fultz, goodness, I'm trying to get the right output here. Mr. Hank Fultz here has survived for 25 days and 7 hours, 328 Zeds killed with the favorite weapon remaining the crowbar. Now, we reside currently on the lake house property, way up here, way up yonder, up beyond Muldra, and south of Riverside, where we come from, where Hank comes from. Goodness, can't speak either. Now, we set up this goal last time, Operation Wrecking Day. There is a freeway, this Dixie Highway Route 31, with all of these different cars that are in the way. And personally, I think that this objective that we have right here, this would be the best. Oh, my music is a little loud, says Kitten Rant. And you can't win. There we go. We're turning it down. There we go. Don't worry, this will all be fixed in post. I'm still trying to work on the live side of this whole new gear that I've got going on. So I appreciate you all working with me as I'm kind of getting used to it. But thank you for letting me know. Yeah, music is a little loud. Thought it was because I was using one bud. Yeah, no, I accidentally had it turned up to like +6. Let me turn it down to just level. There we go. Yeah, that should be good. And you know what? Let's just get the game volume back up. Let's pull that up and get the map. There we go. Okay. Now that the volume situation is squared away, audience members, if you have any other problems, let me know and I will skip to it and fix. But I think that we are all good. Did you see my block of text comments? Sometimes it is deleted. You said spree makes more sense. Maybe got to have at least 2 bodies before it all goes to hell, or you start off in the prison with a serial killer occupation. I think that that's what you're referring to. And here, I'm gonna adjust the amount of time that the messages are gonna stay up. We will change it to be for, I'll do 12 seconds. There we go. 12 seconds. And we got 3 concurrent viewers up in here. Welcome, guys. Okay, let me, now that I've got my my legs, or my sea legs for the stream, let's talk about what we're going to do today, what I'm thinking of, where we are and where we are headed. Right, we are currently in the lake house, and this is probably the safest that we have been in a long time. We have spent the last couple of streams, honestly, just like fighting for our life, and we are still kind of coming out of it right now, to be honest. But this is the safest place for us to be for right now. But we had decided, earlier in the last stream to put this on the map, Operation Wrecking Day, right? We have all of these vehicles along Dixie Highway Route 31 West. And these vehicles are blocking a very important passageway, a shortcut, if you will, for me to get back into Maldra. And we have been driving back and forth along this major road up here, which has not been a problem, thus far, but it truly, this is something that we're going to want to take care of, and we will be able to level up our welding skill in the process. Now, there are two different points at which there are lots of vehicles, right here and right here. And in between which there is a little town that a couple episodes ago that we visited, which is where we found our trailer, right? And there was a bunch of zombies in this area right next to this gas station, so we honked our horn and pulled them all out. So this means not only do we have a bunch of vehicles here that need breaking down, but we have a bunch of zombies in the area as well. So with our character not being in the best of shapes, right, I don't want to go out there and begin, fighting melee style with these guys. But we have one thing, actually like a couple of things, to our advantage. We have a shotgun, sawed-off shotgun, right? We have lots and lots of ammunition, and we have a vehicle. But I will say that the current vehicle that we do have is starting to become lackluster at best, and it needs replacement. So before we get into a shootout, right, we would need to replace our vehicle, which we need a little running tally of needs. All right, so let's put this here. Needs. All right, we are going to need a new vehicle. We are currently at, and I think that we need electricity, electric level 2, I think. Right, and then we should already have, I think we have mechanics level 3. Oops, not trying to do that. Let's come over here. Our mechanics skill is already level 3. Yes, okay, cool. So, the next, most pressing thing that I can think of right now in the interim, right? We've got our food situated, we've got our water situated, we have our shelter situated. We are in a relatively safe area with fish, we have all of the ammunition that we need to defend ourselves, but I don't want to go out there and, start a firefight from a vehicle that is in bad condition to begin with. So replacing that vehicle is something that is on the docket. Let me take a look at what's going on in the chat so far that I might have missed. Yeah, there's a mod for occupations on Steam. I'll look for it. The reason I'm asking is because I'm watching the horror movie The Collector. Oh, nice. I don't think I've seen that movie. Okay. It is 7:21 p.m. and we are currently on this 10/8. Oh, okay. Yeah, so winter is coming as well, something that we're going to have to think of and be aware of. We can open. Okay, yeah, we've got some fish here and turnips. Let's go ahead. We've got a bunch of turnips that are not worth much, huh? Bunch of rotten sugar beets, fish guts. Let's pull out a crayfish. This is fresh, uncooked. We're gonna go ahead and pop this crayfish in the oven, turn it on. Watch it. The killer and the main victim are smart, well, smarter than most killer and victim. I'll have to add that to my running list of movies. Yes, while this is cooking, let me get some updated stats for you all. This is pretty hella awesome, if I do say so myself. 322 subscribers, right? The last video, in the last 2 days and 9 hours, we have 1.5 thousand views, which is, it was the number one in the catalog for this time period. I think it's just below where the road ends right now. So it's number 2 in my catalog right now. Bitten, Breached, and Barely Standing, which is the latest VOD that I have mixed and mastered Yeah, and in the last 2 days, 1.5 thousand views, 221 watch hours, and 11 subs. So thank you all. Thank you so much for clicking on the videos and interacting and stuff. Dude, okay, now here we go. We're at 13. Can I mix this used in recipes? You can cut. I can cut the crayfish into bacon? Excuse me? I'm about to make crayfish bacon? No, that was just rotten bacon strips. Okay, yeah, well, did I reach over from the trash can and make them? Wild, okay. So literally there's nothing. If I looked, crafting, oh yeah, crafting, created by recipes, not created by. All right, open the cooking panel. Create a chili from seafood. Yes, okay, crayfish chili. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, Jod is back. He says, damn, Frank died, R.I.P. Yes, Frank unfortunately died a while back. That was it was a tragic ending caused by my own my own greed, I will say. I took some weapons and I was like, I really wanted to go shoot, and I did shoot. I shot a lot of zombies, but let's just say West Point had more in store for Frank than I was able to handle at the time, so that was my bad. All right, we need to add some stuff to our chili. So what are we gonna add? We got this here. Yeah, can I come here and do open the cooking panel? Okay, yeah, let's try adding some turnips. I can add the other crayfish. No, okay. Do the fresh cooked one. We'll add some pepper. Let's add that for now, and then let's walk over to the other side. It was a very sad moment indeed, Jod, said Kitten Red. Welcome back, Jod. So good to see you. All right. Okay, there we go. Yes. All right, yeah, we're going to add some chickpeas to this. Oh, shit. Dude, brother, we got frog meat. I forgot about that. And add some split peas to it. Yeah, we'll add the frog meat. We're going to add a little bit of salt. We're going to add a little bit of onion powder. And a little bit of lard to it. Raincheck says the mod is called Traits of the Dead. Also try this simple lock picking mod. Oh yes, this brings me to my next point. I have added all of the mods that are involved in the game that I'm playing right now into a dedicated Steam collection. So feel free, my friends, to take a look at that and download them, play it for yourself. Should be in the description. Okay. Now what do I want? I've got all of my food here taken care of. Lard chili is now uncooked. We are going to cook it again. All right, we've got some fish guts. Okay, so we are working with, I think we had some books that we were reading too. Yeah, we have carpentry level 2. We were also working on the road. So that is the other piece to this. Frank had built like this gigantic ass road, right? And it is serving us really well, but there are bits and pieces that need to be expanded and kind of filled in. So in the interim, right, probably the first half here, we are gonna go finish and the widening project that I have in mind. We've already cleared a bunch of the erosion. And then I think that we should probably scout. It would be a good idea, you know, for us to go scout and see if we can find another vehicle. You know, we can, when we're scouting, we'll definitely be able to eat food on the run and all of that. So I'm not too worried about that. But if we can get the electronics skill leveled up. We really, really need that. That will help us get the ability to hotwire cars. And I'm going to double check right now. I want to make sure that I know what I need. Click on my other monitor here. All right, let's see. You need level 1 electrical and 2 mechanics. Okay, well, dude, that's doable. That is doable. All right, so if we just need level 1 electrical, I mean, we talked about how there is a lot of stuff in this house that we can dismantle, right? And you know, what should I dismantle versus keep? You know, because if I dismantle all of the lights and stuff, I'm not going to have a very fun time in the house. But if I just need level 1, then that gives me a huge leap forward. All right, let's go ahead and eat. We'll eat the full chili here. Lard chili? Oh, dude, it got turned into lard chili? That's not nice. It was a horrible time. A horrible, no good, very, very bad day. Okay, and... all right. Oops. Goodness gracious. Sorry, I've got some windows that I'm trying to manage here. Okay. So we have not very much time left in the day. We're incredibly tired. Yeah, we are queasy. We are miserable. Do we have our antidepressants? We have sleeping pills. Okay, well, let's go in the bedroom and read our book. I think that okay, we're reading carpentry because we're at level 3 now. All right, well, let's go ahead and sit on the bed, give this a read. I can close that menu. There we go. Okay, let's go back over here, give our carpentry a read. The simple lock-picking mod, huh? Does it make lock-picking like an engaging activity? Something that you actually have to do, kind of like Skyrim or Oblivion, any of the Elder Scrolls games, Fallout. Yeah, and we have a whole lot of lights. Yeah, dude, look at this when I zoom out. We have a whole lot of lights on the property, but these lights over here in particular, I don't know why they are broken. They're very much so broken, and it doesn't even want me to take the lights out when I right click them. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But the rest of the lights are doing okay on the outside of the property. These are all of the floodlights that we've aggregated, and it keeps us safe at night, man. So I'm all for it. We should probably check the fish traps in the morning as well. Now it adds lock picking, and it is like Skyrim. Okay, well, cool. Probably makes it an interesting mechanic to be like, oh, okay, if there's a drawer or something like that maybe you have to actually pick the lock first. Just adds another level. I mean, I'd be interested in adding a mod like that. That way, you have to prepare when you go out into the world. John says, think you aren't able to switch out the light bulbs? Not 100% sure, though. Yeah, no, if I click this one, right, it says floodlights, turn off, remove light bulb, right? But if I go over to this one in the corner, so just to show you, here's another one. Floodlights, turn off, remove light bulb. I come here, floodlights, and it does not give me an option on these particular set of lights. They do not give me the option to put anything in them. Maybe because there are no lights, or no light bulbs, maybe they're already popped. Maybe I need to walk up to it with light bulbs. We'll see. That's probably what I'll try next. Getting rid, loves Skyrim. Oh, yeah. Person of culture. Nothing quite like picking a car door lock while a horde is on the other side of flimsy fence. Okay, we're gonna speed this up a little bit here. Let's move this along. Yeah, because I've got like just a couple of different lamps, lights and stuff. I mean, at that point, I might as well just go into the homes in Riverside or something like that, go back and just start dismantling some of that stuff. Gave yourself the challenge of escaping Louisville? That sounds like a fun challenge. Oh snap, it is 1 a.m. Oh dude, and another light bulb popped. It keeps happening, it's happening again. And I'm holding my empty pot, oh no. We have 8 hours left in this book. Let's go ahead and turn this bad boy on. I'm gonna take my sleeping pills. Because Hank has a knack of going to bed and waking up in a panic. All right. Let's go ahead and get some sleep. And when you're sleeping on a good bed with a pillow, you need less sleep to feel more rested. Yeah, we have not killed anybody in 3 days. We're about to have like the lycanthrope curse or something like that soon, right? Something like that. Gained a little bit of fishing XP, a little bit of cooking, a little butchering. All right, there we go. 6:45 in the a.m. Oh, we are chilly. All right. Well, we're gonna have to start dealing with that situation. Yeah, it's 57 degrees. Come in here. All right, let's get a bowl of oatmeal going for today. We'll grab this. Grab one. Come on. Oh boy. There we go. It was like it wouldn't listen to me. I think that the sink is out. If memory do serve me right. Oh, that sucks. All right, yeah, if that's the case, then we're gonna need to go fill this up, unless there's a pot that's already full. Got some stuff in it. I think I had a whole bunch of water, didn't I? All right, hang on. Fluid. Transfer liquid. Somebody. There's my VHS tapes. My vodka. Oh, there's the water. Okay. Oh my god, dude. Come on. I just dragged it in there. Oh my gosh. They were gonna make me do this? I thought they fixed that. Yeah, I had to drag the water bottle into my primary inventory first to then pour it into this bowl. Silly, silly, silly. All right, pour a bowl of oatmeal. All right, with this bowl of oatmeal, right, can we go ahead and add our seasonings to it yet? Yes, we can. All right, let's go ahead and get that jelly. Get 2 globs of peanut butter on there, a little bit of powdered sugar, a little maple, a little bit more brown sugar. Maybe we're crazy. We want to throw on a sugar cube. You throw some white sugar on there too? No. No. That's too much. All right, yeah, we'll get ourselves a... Not every day can be a 4-star oatmeal day. You know what I'm saying? sometimes it's got to be a 3-star. Beggars can't be choosers. Oh yeah, shit. We got a whole bunch of coffee too. Fuck yeah, I forgot about that. Let's have oatmeal and coffee. Sugar fruit jam bowl of oatmeal, fresh, uncooked. Bam, there it goes. All right, now there should be, I do need a cup, right? So there's an empty jar, but coffee's there. You need to have a specific cup for this. And if I don't have it, it will be the big sadness. Okay, well, I do have a pot full of water. This is where I keep my lard. I just put my... There's fresh the frog meat? Why is the frog meat under the sink? What's going on in this house? All right. I could eat an entire watermelon if I want. No, we're gonna eat this. It's 29? Sweet. Oh yeah, we talked about picking up some of the items which had spawned, or not spawned, which remained from me cutting up all of the grass and leaving it on the ground. It would be in my best interest to pick that up because the game, you know, the further that we are exploring and stuff, I don't want it to be caught up on like tables that are, you know, stuff that's lying on the ground that the game has to keep track of. I know somebody pointed that out early, and we were having some weird performance issues, and you know, it might be related to that. So just as part of that, you know, we're gonna pick up our litter, and where we can't, you know, put it away or whatever, you know, on the floor, we're gonna build boxes and donate grass to the boxes. We're not gonna ship them anywhere, but we'll just keep the boxes full of grass. It'll be great. Zod says that cooking mod seems good for quality of life. Oh, dude, 100%. It is a huge, yeah, like a driving factor why I got it. I was like, this looks so awesome. Oh yeah, and then for posterity, right, we have Frank's badge. We picked it up from his house, and we have it. My antidepressants, are they on the table? Oh, no, they're in here. I'm gonna take these pills. Because we're just too damn sad all of the time. It's bringing me down. All right, we're gonna put the bowl and that away. Carpentry 2, you know, I'll hold on to this. Yeah, no. I'm gonna put it on the ground. All right, adventure is out there. Let's go ahead and get some water, and then I want to go back to the road. Wait for these antidepressants to kick in. Maybe we can check on our traps too. And I know I have like 27 light bulbs somewhere in a bag. I put them somewhere because I did pull out a bunch of light bulbs from other places when I was Frank. All right, 8.21 out of 12. Not bad at all. All right, we got ourselves some wooden glue. Can I use that to fix this? Fix with wood glue. Oh yeah, we're gonna use that maintenance skill. With that 5 multiplier. Look at that. So knowledgeable. But he's taking his sweet time. He's glitching. Oh. He's thinking about it. I have a lot of run ideas, but I can't play them mainly because I don't like the sense of isolation in Zomboid. You don't like the sense of isolation in Zomboid? Like so do you like the idea of being in a world with other survivors. Like more the multiplayer server style. Because, like I said, I primarily play single player. I can't really recall a time that I have played multiplayer, maybe aside from like one time with a friend. This game has historically been hard for me to get people to play. But now that it's getting more popular, not too bad. Oh shit. All right, so fishing net, one of them broke. Another one broke. Brother, are we gonna lose 3 traps in one day? They're like, yo, you get one crawfish or 2 of them. That's it. What I get? Got a little bait fish, tadpole, and another frog. Hell yeah, brother. Okay, let's put the broken fishing nets down. Little bait fish. 7 days until it's rotten. Tadpole can be used as a lure. Dude, I thought I'd put these nets down. You know what? Hang on. Since they're broken, let's just go ahead and put them in this spot in here. Raincheck said, I just gotta have the option to talk to someone. Heck, even all hostile encounters are better than no encounters. It's like when I play DayZ, I have the chance to meet someone. Yeah, playing DayZ, it's been a while since I played DayZ, but like I was really, really into DayZ. Me and one of my friends that actually, you know, he's popped on the stream a couple of times in the chats. We used to play, you know, in high school, and we took that shit seriously. Okay, yeah, so let me show you what we're working with on the vehicle mechanics side here, because this car is kind of, you know, on its last legs, in my opinion. Okay, so the biggest problem immediately is that the engine is at 21%, right? Engine is at 21%, and it wouldn't be that bad to change the engine and repair it, but we need to gain 2 more levels in mechanics, and we would have to sink more time in to do that. So that's like going out, spending time working on cars to just change the engine in this car. And, you know, while that is an option, I'm going to say it's not an option that I'm going to take. Now, the other options, right? We've got a missing windshield at this point. Our front left window is at 27%. And when these windows bust, right, like a zombie is going to be able to reach through the window. Now, if we're shooting with the window down, that's not too big of a deal. But yeah, if they break through that window, that's not going to be good. We're at 27% on the driver's side and missing the front, right? So to install this or uninstall, that's not that big of a deal. What is this? We just need, yeah, okay. We can fix the window. It at least looks that we can fix the window, but we would have to have replacement glass, which I don't have on hand. And we also have not been leveling up like glass working. Headlights are looking busted too. I mean, other than that, I mean, the car's not in too terrible condition. The trunk is at 57%. Yeah, that sucks. Steel sheets. Yeah, look at that. You need welding, right? And that, my friends, is the other key component to the mechanics skill, right? Is the welding. And we did have welding, I think up to level 3 with Frank. It was at least level 2. I remember that. But we had carpentry up to level 10 for Frank. And while we can work on this road and it will give us, you know, some boost to that, I am interested in getting some utility out of working the skill, grinding the skill. So we are going to clear that highway. That is like how we're going to get our welding up. Let's move. We're going to get back on the road here. You can sleep in houses and walk around, like discovering the whole Zomboid map. Yeah. I'm not opposed to going out with minimal supplies, right? Like we can go out with minimal supplies. Right now, though, I am going to look at the road here. I just want to assess what we're going to work on. This is the piece, right? This is the piece that I would like to work on. So we're going to turn this off. We got a whole bunch of nails and stuff are up there. So yeah, actually let's get back in here. We'll drive up here. Dude. Yo. Did the engine shit to bed now? No. Dude, it's stalling. It won't. I'm feeling like we're hitting the end of this vehicle. That sucks. No, come on. Yeah, that car can get you killed in the wrong time. Exactly. That's exactly. Well. If this ain't the biggest, that's exactly what I'm talking about moment in the entire world. Well, because I don't have a working car, I guess you could say that there's no need to work on the road right now. So what we're gonna do, yeah, Jesus Christ. Okay, well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our hammer. We're gonna come over here. How sad. At least we have our trailer of supplies, dude. That's so messed up. At least we got our stuff back here. Okay, shotgun has been sitting here the whole time. All right, we are going to take the hammer. Let's go back to our main inventory. Yeah, there we go. Come on, move it. Some of the different UI components don't like to work together. Okay, and then there's the welding torch, fire axe, wooden axe. All right, so we're gonna assess what we want to do here, right? So if I take this shotgun, at least put it on my back. Are you able to make an improvised shelter in Zomboid? Yeah. You should be. Let's go and take a look, right? So, if I come over here and do, it should be under crafting, I think. All right, let's do tent. Or like even not just that, but like, let's see. There's weapons. Let's see in their little UI here. What is this? Things that start with A, things that start with D. I don't know what these things are. Clean bandage. But yeah, they have like little shelters and stuff. Let me see if I can go a little bit further. Is it down in this way? Not the molds. If it's not that, let's do, it's not going to be build, is it? Outdoors. Yep. Lean-to shelter, leather shelter, tarp shelter. Lean-to, you need 20 branches, 4 stones, 4 logs. All right. If we are going to be venturing out into the world, all right, we're gonna do a couple things here real quick. I'm gonna take. Did I put is the propane in this thing? Did I leave the propane back at home? Okay, yeah, but these were filled up and they have 100 uses. All right, well, these welding torches, they're coming with me. Both of them. Tailoring, I can leave behind. Flashlight, coming with me. All right, we've got 2 jars of water coming with me. And then as far as weaponry goes, right? The shotgun feels a bit overkill, but we are out in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to go ahead and say I've got the pistol. And I think that carrying the shotgun on the back is going to be a little bit too much weight right now. So let's go back to the car. I'm like, do I want to leave the shotgun in the trailer? Yeah, let's put it in here. All right. Bum. Sawed off. He's going in there. That puts me at 11. All right. And, you know, we're going to take... We've got a little bait fish here. I don't have anything else for fishing right now. I'll put these guys in this bag along with the heavy-duty flashlight. And we've got a bunch of water. All right. I don't even have food on me right now. There is a pig farm that is up north. Trying to think like where my best option of getting a vehicle is and like where we're walking, right? Like we do have a truck. There is this Louisville landscaping truck that is really good right here, but again, we don't have the electricity. And I mean, going to McCoy's, if we were to go there's not really a bunch of stuff for us to dismantle. If we were to walk north, god damn, yeah, it's going to be a hell of a long walk. I think the quickest route that we're going to get back into a civilization, you know, if we go that route, if we're going into civilization, is going to be back through the woods, to be completely honest. And then to get back onto Dixie Highway. If we want to stay in the immediate area, maybe venture to places unseen, I say then we just go north. And right now I'm kind of feeling adventurous, so I want to go north. For sleeping, cot is good too, military bag, and Alice bag. Yes, let's go ahead and make sure that we have a sleeping situation figured out, right? We're gonna be a little bit more thoughtful about this, not just wander into the wilderness. Yeah, hunk of junk. Can I get you to move? Can I get you to move one more time? God damn it. Okay, well, there's a gas can, a mortar and pestle is in this thing. I wouldn't say we're even at the point where mortar and pestle makes sense for us right now. Carpentry chisel. I think that there's just a lot of ammunition in the side. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Yes, there is. Okay. If I were to take the ammo clips. I mean, that doesn't feel too bad. And then I can leave this stuff behind. I'm going to grab a frying pan for right now. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Just wondering when I need to make it possible. What did make an on-foot nomad harder is if the population was higher. Dude, what do you think would make an on-foot nomad good? An on-foot nomad, well, you'd want to be good at foraging. And I mean, you'd probably want to have higher levels of athleticism, fitness, right? Let's open this thing up while I'm walking here. Yeah, we would probably want, higher physical traits in fitness, maybe a little bit in strength. Foraging would be good. And then I would also say, since you're a nomad, trapping and stuff would be, I don't know how well that would work for you, because you'd kind of have to set this stuff, and then I don't know, like how you'd be probably moving out of the range of where you're setting your stuff. But hunting, right? So if you had a higher level of aiming too, I mean, you could shoot the animals. Need a good fishing or trapping for the calories too. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, we do have a tent kit here. And I do believe, yeah, we left like our satchel and stuff upstairs. The game is lagging because of all of the shit that I've just left on the ground. Okay, what do we got? Okay, so there is a sleeping bag that is packed. And then we do have the tent. So this is the duffel bag, right? Okay. Let's take... Should be a tent kit. Is that what this is? Right here. Improvised tent kit. We're going to grab it. All right. And then we've got pink duffel. Pink duffel's got a bunch of food in it. What? And a large knife. Firefighter axe. Well, if I'm traveling. This is like chock full though. Okay, this one already has a sleeping bag in it. Okay, we are going to put the improvised tent kit inside of it. And it's got a mat. Okay, look at that. Pillow, sleeping bag, it's packed. Improvised tent kit that's packed. Mortar and pestle, right? Matchbook. We've already got some soup. All right, let's go ahead and fill up the water. And I'm going to wear this. Yes, I believe this is also one of the mods that I have too that makes the duffel bag wearable. Because it just makes sense. I know that I think I have a Nomad mod, or it's not Nomad, Pack Rat mod that's in the mod collection that I have. Okay, let's think through this real quick. Okay, now let's go ahead and get ourselves set from a food perspective right now. My water in there, put this frying pan in the duffel bag. All right, and then put those there. Okay, so now I'm at 13 out of 11. All right, so we're a little over encumbered. I want to see what we can do to bring that down. And let's do this again from grabbing the bowl and get one of them. All right, fluid. All right, and there should be a pot that had water in it, right? Yep, right there. Come on, son of a bitch. Oh my god, dude, this is what kills me. It's they make you put it in your main inventory and then drag it over. It's unnecessary. Why am I queasy? Oh, yes. My character was bit in the face about 3 episodes ago. I have disabled zombification, so Hank was bit in the face and just like kind of one of those BS moments where I was like turning weird and then did not really feel like it was a deserved bite to the face. So I disabled the zombification and we have been kind of riding through the illness ever since. So it's been a little bit rough for Hank, but we're getting through it. All right, we're gonna try to add a bunch of fun stuff. We're making it 4-star, damn it. Did you not plumb the sink? No, the sink has not been plumbed in this place. I have not been able to access the roof. Rain Check is going to sleep. All right. Well, you have a good night, Rain Check. I'll catch you in the VOD, my friend. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, let's go ahead and heat this guy up again. I love seeing the chats coming through. The chat window makes me so happy to see. That's been the latest addition that I have been kind of working on in the background. And it should be set. So like if I click one of these buttons, right, just to show you, we send another message through, right? Now we should have a Hitman themed chat window that'll show up. Give me a second. But I'm gonna, oh, yeah, let me change it back. Okay. Well, with our bowl that is freshly cooked, let's go ahead and do this, and then yeah, we're gonna have to hike. That is the unfortunate reality I think that we are now in. I did not expect that today's episode was taking a turn. Okay, yep, and we are now upset. Of course we are. All right, well, we're gonna keep this bowl. The pot of water, we are gonna go ahead and put in there. We are at 13. All right, what can we do? We have a bunch of magazines. Stack encumbrances 2. All right. Well, for the sake of getting these things out, right, let's put all of those pieces there. That brings us down to 13.4. All right. And then, yeah, if I dropped those on the ground, that brings us, that's 13.11. So, I mean, that's still not even that much. I dropped everything that was in the bag. 12.24. Yeah, see, that's still not good. Because at this point, I would have to drop the hydration pack. This only holds 15. I don't even think the backpack downstairs would hold very much. I mean, this holds water. That's about like the only benefit that I have. This duffel bag, what we're carrying, let's kind of take a look and reassess. So there is a first aid kit. It is full of supplies. Lots of bandages. Sleeping pills, beta blockers. Okay, so that's pretty decent. We've got... Just to drop these on the ground. If we didn't bring the mortar and pestle, that brings us down to 11.65. Okay, now if I took some of the water and put it back in here, 12 point. Now we're at 12.77. This is the delicate game that I am playing right now. The 2 jars of water that are on the ground. All right, these are both a liter. Let's drop the jars. I mean, now that puts us back to where we are. So 2 bottles of water, 11.93. And we have a frying pan for cooking. This has got all of our sleeping supplies, right? So sleeping, we've got the tent, we've got the pillow. So no matter where we end up, we can sleep. We do not have any fishing supplies. This would leave us with the M9 magazines on the ground. Yeah, okay. More painkillers. Pepper. And this is with an empty water hydration pack. So if I drop the water hydration pack entirely, that puts me at 11.51. 11.51. And that allows me to have this pistol on my shoulder holster. Okay. 11.51. Well, if that's the case, 12.38. 0.5, and this weighs 2.5. Matchbox. This thing, it weighs 2.3. I'd carry an empty pot too for boiling water. Okay, yeah, so let's take this empty pot that we already do have. $12.73. That puts us a little bit weighed down. But hear me out. If we don't take a melee weapon and we took just a pistol, right? And we kept ourselves down low, right? I'm thinking that we'd be pretty decent because we've got 2 magazines in here. So we've got 1 magazine is already in the pistol. So that's 15. This is another 2. So plus 30. So that's 45. Yeah. And then we're... Yeah, we've got over 100 rounds of ammunition. So I'm going to go ahead and make an executive decision here and say that the pistol is going to be what we are going to use to defend ourselves, right, on this journey outward. And honestly, we'll probably head out in the morning tomorrow. Yeah, 3 mags is good enough, says Jod. Okay, yeah, if that's the case, let's take these mags, some of these extra ones. I'll have 2 extra. So these guys, we will place all of them. 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right. So 2 additional mags in here. It puts me at 12.21. That empty pot that's in here. This first aid kit feels like, well, like right now, honestly, I feel like with all that we currently have, these guys could go in the first aid kit. Is that full now? 2.2 out of 3 is where we're at. Okay. painkiller, sleeping pill. All right, we've got 5 of these matchbooks. $12.39 out of 12. God damn it. I am just a man. I'm just a man that's full of stuff. All right, the CD player. For now, I don't even have CDs. So we are going to go ahead and put this CD player is going up with the VHSs. I'm going to take this pepper that is just sitting here with me. Okay, now 12.24. It's close. It's close. Let's double check how our flashlight is doing. That flashlight, is that on the ground? Oh no, yes, okay. Well, that is something that we are going to need. Yep, and we're gonna need to replace that flashlight battery. Thank God. All right, this guy. Insert a battery. Preferably one that has a charge, please. Nope. Okay, hang on. Let's remove this battery and then throw the bad battery in the trash. All right, let's take this battery and then insert it. Wonderful. Okay. And look at that. We are thirsty. You know what this calls for? This calls for grape juice carton. 200 milliliters. That's what it calls for. Yeah, and I have all of this coffee, but to use the coffee machine, to brew coffee, you need to have a mug. And I don't have a mug. Asinine. Absolutely asinine, and I won't stand for it. Frankly, I won't sit for it either. And any more canned food now. Okay, I think that we're all good. Let's take... Yeah, we're feeling sad. It's okay to feel sad sometimes, but you just gotta stop feeling sad now. This is the last pill that I have. Hankly, says Kitten Rit. Oh no, hang on. I have exceeded... Okay. My YouTube quota, my quota has exceeded. Oh no. I think my real-time chat is not popping up anymore. I will have to look into the 403 forbidden that I'm getting now. So my OAuth credentials that I created are now being rejected. It says that I've exceeded a limit, so... maybe I was polling. We're gonna have to double check what's going on there. Fun software problems. 403 forbidden means I'm showing up, I'm telling them who I am, and they're like, thanks, your credentials work, and we're telling you, no, you can't come in here. I go, why? Why are you doing this to me? And they go, because... That's the experience of being a software engineer, pretty much. Hankley, you won't stand for it. Frank's gone. He is. And I can feel his Frank space. Frank-shaped space. It's like that book, A Mango-Shaped Space, but it's a Frank-shaped space. I have a Frank-shaped hole in my heart. Is there... What the hell's going on with the roof up here? You see that? Look at that. There and there. Some weird stuff going on there. Okay. So we're gonna figure this out. Right? Alright, chat. I need an opinion. What do you think, chat? Should we go north toward Riverside? Should we go more northeast, not in the direction of West Point toward these farms? Should we go west? Should we go south back to Muldra? Okay, I'm trying to think of where we want to hitchhike to. If we're trying to go somewhere that we've never been, I'm thinking that like this is the area that we should be heading in. So that's my vote. My vote is this way. All right. Yeah, we got all kinds of munitions. Jod says, what are you trying to do? Find a new car. Yes, my primary goal right now is to replace my shitty car that is now broken. And, likely get electrical level 1 in the process, because if I can do that, then I can hotwire some other cars that Frank had already collected. Westward to lands unexplored, says Kittenrit. Westward to lands unexplored. Well, West Point is that way. And that is a hella dangerous. But I mean, if we're going south of West Point, Jod says, whatever is the quickest route to any town, in my opinion. All right, well, the quickest route to any town, like we've already been through Muldra here, to be completely honest. So I don't know like how fruitful getting a new car is going to be there. I would say kind of going up in this direction of West Point. We pulled all of those Zeds that way. So maybe let's go north, hit up this Raccoon Road, and maybe approach West Point from the north. Wilderness is pretty safe versus the main roads. Yes. That's also a good point. So if we come out here to the road's end, right, we don't have to stay on the main road. We can cut directly across. We can also kind of venture out this way. And then we have camping supplies. So if there is a safe enough spot far enough away from all of the hostilities, staying out here would be, an idea. Hey, Bonk Man, what is going on? I'm so sad that, people have showed up now and they can't see the live chat. I had the live chat working and integrated. It was so beautiful. I think that it's just because of my OAuth credentials. I've got to figure that out now. All right. These are the good batteries. There's one good battery. And then anything else over here. There's metal baseball bats. We are going to be using the pistol to defend ourselves. And now we're at 12.61. Okay, let's go upstairs. Let's maybe try to spend the rest of the day reading on our carpentry. And then we should be locked and loaded and ready to go. I really think it would be a good idea to take these welding torches. Yeah, I'm gonna take both of them. I think that is just a smart move, so we can dismantle cars and work our welding while we can. All right, let's go ahead and I sit on a chair, please. There we go. If you have not already clicked that subscribe button, I encourage you to do so. Follow Hank's journey from beginning to end. And if you are curious where he comes from, or the Frank Fultz universe that kind of came before him, take a look at the Hank Fultz Chronicles. Got a full playlist for both. So glad to have both the live audience and the people that are joining us in the VOD. Thank you so much for joining. And if you have not clicked that button, really recommend it. It's the best way to keep in touch. And to click that notification bell. I tend to upload once every week to 2 weeks is kind of the cadence right now, but I'm finding more of a steady cadence. Just got to take in this music real quick. Can't fast forward through this. And I'll kind of take a moment, an opportunity to just kind of reflect on some of the things that we've done in the studio here to upgrade lately. So over the last couple of months, right, since we started this I think makes episode number 44. 44 times I've sat down and recorded and streamed Zomboid, or at least tried to make it into some content like this in long form. And I've learned a lot of different tricks along the way, and have had to develop various different skill sets to make this a reality to you guys. But we have upgraded our audio interfaces from when we started, it was on a Rodecaster Pro 2, and now it's on an Apollo. And that Apollo has really made the post-production process so much better for me. So just a reminder for the live audience, all of the stuff that you are hearing now, while it hopefully does sound its best that it can, I am recording all of the individual stems, and all of this stuff gets post-processed, post-production, mixed and mastered by me, tailored to the episode now. So the audio is just much more integrated into my editing process from the get-go. And because of the way that this is all set up, I've been able to explore more of the performing music live. I haven't gotten to do much of that, as much of that as I wanted to quite yet, because I've been busy. But that is still coming. It is actually now a possibility. I physically wasn't really able to do it well when I had my other streaming set up, because I was using my DAW as the thing to process everything. Now it's got its own little machine. And then I think last stream was the first stream that I had used the Elgato capture card that we upgraded to, and the frame rate should be 60 FPS, 1080, downscaled from a 4K capture. But that's super awesome. That allows me now to capture more games with better tone mapping for you all. So I've already been recording Hitman World of Assassination. My God, dude, I almost butchered that name so bad. World of Absolution. No, Hitman World of Assassination. I've got a couple of videos recorded that I'm looking to edit and get your guys' way soon. Life is Strange. We did that the other week with my wife. Continued to episode 3, and we've got 2 more episodes of Life is Strange to go. And then I want to get a horror game going. I've been feeling the need to do an immersive horror game, and then really just make the mix and master sound amazing for you guys. So one of those games that I'm considering is Alien is it Alien Requiem or Alien Isolation? Alien Isolation, the original one in 2013, because I'm a huge Alien fan. Dude, we gotta stop being so goddamn hungry. Hank, you're eating me out of house and home. I'm gonna defrost this whole ass watermelon for you. Yeah, Jod says that Alien Isolation is a good horror game. Yeah, dude, I only played a little bit of it, and I want to play more. Between that and Dead Space, right? The Dead Space remastered version, I have that too. I've played a decent portion of it, but I really love immersive games like that are just, the ambience of being alone and hearing stuff and what the fuck is going on. And I think that would translate so well to doing a video series. Project Zomboid, this has been so fun to do, but it's like I want to do a little bit more than what we're doing right now in conjunction to Project Zomboid. And having like narrative games like that where the narrative is already there for you, you know, and then we can just kind of exist in that world, you know, beginning to end, and tell a story and make it super fun. I think that that's something that I'm really looking forward to doing here soon. Life is Strange has been a really good example of that. I've thoroughly enjoyed playing Life is Strange with my wife. I've never played it all the way through, and last episode that we recorded was the furthest that I had gone in it, and god damn, if you didn't catch it, and like the VOD's coming out here soon, but like definitely one of those things where you make a choice and that butterfly effect, like I'm very aware of it. So it was like, oh, like I could not make a choice right now and everything would be, you know, as it were, you know, not perfect, but as it were, or I could make an entirely different choice and then everyone's futures are just drastically changed. And I made that choice. So the last 2 episodes, I'm going to go into Life is Strange not really knowing what my objective is. I got to figure out what the new rules of the universe are now that I've completely changed timelines. Phasmophobia. Dude, I love Phasmophobia. I played Phasmophobia with my wife and with one of my friends. That's like another thing. So if my audience, right, I would love to hear from you on this, right? If you are fans of, you know, cooperative horror games, I love playing games like Lethal Company with my friends. And it's been a while since I have played that game. But games like Lethal Company, games like Phasmophobia, those type of, you know, voiceover IP horror experiences that are like round based. I think that would be so fun to do on the channel. Yeah, we're eating a whole ass watermelon. We're doing it. And we'll eat our food in the morning. How much we got left in this book? 5.5 hours. All right. And we're getting cold too. All right, maybe to help us out. All right, and it's fucking rainy. We are not an outdoorsman, so this would actually make us pretty sad. Do we have... Do I have any firewood? Batteries, phone book. All right, well, I'll use the phone book. Paperwork. All right. Oh, yeah, dude, look at that. We got firewood. Hell yeah. All right. Let's throw those 2 things in here. Let's destroy for fuel the firewood. Destroy for fuel the phone book. It's only going to give me 15 minutes. Oh, brother. All right. Oh, we can research the tree branch. What's it going to give us? Can reinforce a weapon now. All right, let's destroy for fuel the tree branch. Give us another hour. It says the stove says in 0 hours, which I don't believe, but let's do a little bit of money, maybe, or we have boxers. Light fire. Let's see if I just don't want it to light all 100. Okay, no, it'll just light one. Heck yeah. I don't know why it still says 0 hours. Did the fire seriously not light? What's going on? Yeah, I know, dude. Fire looks like it's not lit. Okay. Light fire with the book. Oh, no. What the fuck? Okay, hang on. Destroy for fuel. Oh, it's because it was not in my inventory. What is going on? Why is this not... What? Why is this not working? These are all in my inventory. Okay, let's take all of the shit out of the stove. Destroy for fuel. Firewood. Okay, there we go. Now we're cooking. There we go. Destroy for fuel. Tree branch. Destroy for fuel. Phone book. And then we will light a fire with one of our dollar bills, y'all. There we go. All right. Eat this guy. All right. And then I should be able to take my sleeping pills. Nice. All right. Let's sleep. All right, things are getting a little bit more dire now because we do not have any more antidepressants. All right, yeah, and we don't have anything to smoke either. Yeah, we're getting bored. Well, dude, this ain't good weather. I'm not gonna lie. And we weigh 105. We are now very high weight. We have reduced running speed, very low endurance, and we are prone to injury, -2 fitness now. So while our fitness is 7, it's being treated like it is 5 because we are obese. Well, I think that we need to spend time reading. I think that going out in this rain right now is not a good idea. We're gonna let it see if time will pass. There we go. There we go. Rain is a lot less. Sweet. And carpentry book is done. We got comic books. Yeah, let's drop these two guys for right now. Let's take both of these guys. And then maybe make ourselves a bowl. Do we have cereal? I've got milk. I don't think I've got cereal. We got crayfish. Our fishing skill coming in clutch, boys. Boys and girls. All right, I need more water. You know, and us being hungry is just, yeah, see, it's subtracting from our carrying capacity, so that makes it 11, which again sucks. Even smaller than it already is. All right. Cereal. There we go. Yeah, we are gonna go. We're so grabbing this cereal. We're doing it. All right, let's go. Let's go get us a bowl. Pour us some cereal. Transfer that liquid, and we're gonna grab that liquid from right here. Cow's milk. Oh, damn it, son of a bitch. Got to drag it over. There we go. Okay, we got that bowl of milk. And with the bowl of milk, we will make a bowl of cereal. Combining the ingredients. It's how we do it. All right, and then we're going to open this cooking panel. What do we want to toss in here? Anything fun? A little bit of peanut butter. A little bit of fruit jam. No, just a little peanut butter. All right. And I'll do... Can't do a sugar cube? No, won't do it? All right. Either it can't or it won't. Bowl of cornflakes. Yeah, let's do that. Sugar cube. And a little bit of fruit. All right, here you go. Pop that guy in the oven. Read this comic book on the ground. Yeah, so if we're going north into the big bad wilderness, I want to make sure that we're not heading out in the rain, because our character is not an outdoorsman. You know, believe it or not, we don't have the same type of resilience to the outdoors that Frank did. So if we're out there and it's raining, we'll be wet and it'll make our character pissed off and depressed, and you know, we're already not in fighting shape, in my opinion. Hey, look at this. Minus 30% in ranged damage. Because we're at a breaking point. We're weepy, so timed actions are slower. We are queasy, so body heat generation gradually increases. We are not losing our health. We're okay. But we are hungry, so that we lose carrying capacity, lose healing speed, slightly reduced body heat, and then because of the over-encumbrance, reduced crit chance, increased trip chance, subtracted attack rate. Sprinting becomes disabled. I'm gonna read this other magazine. Oops, accidentally clicked the button. You're already depressed, says Jod. Thanks. I'm working on it. we're gonna go out and try to clean some of the. Actually, I don't even think that there's blood on us, but yeah, we are a little bit grimy, so we'll try to do a little bit of self-care. Yeah, and us already being depressed. You have a good point. All right, is this food almost done? Yes, it is. All right. We will eat that food. Tents when resting or sleeping do shelter you from the rain, though. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. All right, let's sit and read this other book just to kind of help with a little bit more of that. All right, these two, they're going down. I think in here I already have a bowl. I do. All right, so we're gonna pop that in there. Get that milk away. All right, let's wash ourselves. There we go. Less grime. All right, and then we need to fill up on our water again, and then we should be good. Let's go ahead and go out the side here and begin our adventure. We're going to begin our quest. Look at the trees over here, man. This is what I'm talking about. Like the grass and the trees are starting to take over. But we cleared out this main part. Oh, there's some of the stuttering. Right, and this is what I'm talking about, is that like as we start going into this section of the game, it's gonna have to load the surrounding tiles and chunks and stuff like that. And we left a whole bunch of stuff on the ground, so it kind of does like a chug of processing power. Oh shit, I just saw that Jod said that I should bring some books. Frankly, I mean, like, look at how many of the books that I already have read. So, at this point, I think, and I don't even have a foraging book. I think I'm pretty set for like electrical is the main thing I really need. Come on, I'm gonna hop back in this thing. You are gonna start. You're gonna start right now. I'm gonna be real nice. I'm gonna say, pretty please. Okay, come on. I know that you're capable. You're the best car that has ever existed. Oh, look, books for happiness and stress. I don't have that much carry capacity on my person right now. And I'm intentionally trying to be to be light right now, or as light as I can be. I have the duffel bag and I left the other bag. I've got the first aid kit that's got military stuff in here. Because this bag is at like 20.96 out of 23. Well, look at that. Suddenly. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, my duffel bag. Yeah, okay. Wear it. 9 pistol. This is in my shoulder holster. Okay, so yeah, this is all just the UI. Well, we're back at it again, and look at this. Okay, we are just weighed down. It just says we're carrying a little too much. And I wear this watch, and then this guy. On my belt. Dude, but my moodles, they have changed. right, our map should still be good. Yes. Yeah, we don't have our dark mode or like the map mod that I had. But we're good. All right, so we're going to head up north this way. There's a pig farm and then a road here. Thank you for sticking with me through that. Good Lord, live audience. That was ridiculous. So now we're just raw dogging it. We're playing it with no mods. Going back to good old fashioned build 42 as it is. Yeah, Jod says, so it is a mod. Yeah, I guess it is. Mod is misbehaving. I gotta figure out which one that is. I don't think I've been on. Okay, yeah, no, I have taken this road, but like, we can follow that. Oh yeah, now I'm getting the debug menu. I was wondering, I was like, yeah, you can see down here the X, Y, Z coordinates in game 42.19.0. Boom. Okay. Alright, I'm not seeing anybody out in the fields up here. Oh, look at that. Now my chat has come back up. My chat panel. For some reason. It came up and then it went away. All right, well, just so that doesn't happen again, let me turn it off. There we go. Oh, look at that. Look. There's a wreck. Oh my god, dude, son of a bitch. I didn't bring a welder's mask. Holy shit. All right, well, that's one of the biggest blunders in recent memory. Touchdown. All right, well, we're gonna have to find that piece of gear. And this is literally, yeah, these are just boxes of rotten produce. I remember this place. I remember. All right, was this as far as that we'd gone in this direction? Yeah, all right, well, let's keep following this road. Follow the road and see where it goes. Follow the southeasty road. Probably leads somewhere. Legend says that this road leads to zombies. Or something. Looks like we've got closed area over here. All right, well, we'll keep our eyes out for animals. Another zombie game that I'm a huge fan of, if anyone in the audience has played it, is Back 4 Blood. I like the card system in that game. Oh, well, we're out here. We might as well. We got clay. Now, I don't think that you have to pick it up to get the experience anymore. No. Yeah, you don't. Press that button. Yeah, and I'll drop that. I think, yeah, it's literally just you just walk by them. I asked what the, oh Jesus, fuck! God damn. Alright, I was like, why am I panicking? That would be why. Alright, it's all good, it's all good. We just got two. Got two guys. Don't gotta waste bullets on them either. Not worth the ammo, my dear. There we go. We just had to take it back to the basics. Whew, okay. Now that we've sufficiently scared the shit out of Hank, this looks like the end of the road. So now we are in the wilderness. All right, so this is gonna bridge us to West Point. Let's just keep heading in this direction. Maybe let's kind of follow the fence line and go up a little bit too. Bunch of darkness over here. Man, I'm not really finding too much stuff right here. There we go. Finding those. What the hell is that? Oh, marigold. Over here. That, yeah, hemp dog bane, you can use that for rope. A pine cone, dude. That pine cone? You able to? No. I was gonna say you able to eat this. No, I was thinking of there's like the acorns and stuff that you can find, and the acorns, dude, they fill you up. What we got here? A capitilla. And this is... We're almost to level 1. Ooh. Dead guy. In the middle of the field. Is he really dead, though? Oh, these look like to be left over from when was I here? No. The game has spawned you. Are you indeed dead? Indeed. Carry on. Weepy, Hank is so weepy. Why are you weepy? Walking through the rain. The sun'll come out tomorrow. Or sometime soon, I bet. I'm so wet, 'cause there's rain. You know, we're hungry. You could eat a horse right now. Dude, your fat ass is eating me out of house and home. 106 kilograms with 2 arrows pointing up. You could shut up, Hank. I don't care about how hungry you are right now. Dude, the hungry trait on this character is probably one of my least favorite character traits so far. Okay, we're on this road, so let's. Ooh, okay, so this goes through the field. If I head north, like directly through the. Okay, this curves around. Gotcha. Got it. Easy clap. It is thundering in here. I like looking at the little rain particles. Interesting, like as you zoom out, like look at how they fall. It appears we have found some shelter. And with 4 friends. Alright. Let's see if we can let's go around. Let's go around and see if we can get attention. So there's 1, 2, 3. I think that looks like 4 right there. Yeah, no, I don't get it. The melee. Alright, well, remember, you don't always have to fight. I am choosing to avoid that. Oh, but I think one person is choosing violence with me. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose, friend. Ryan, you leave me no choice. You have a terrible looking mustache. Alright, you ain't got nothing. There we go. For some reason, this panel keeps disappearing. Why is that? Okay. What is Hank's traits and profession? Hank, yeah, here, this is a good time to revisit this. Whew. All right, yeah, let's take a second here. There's a steel rod. Awesome. We will equip that. I'll put that on my back. Awesome. Oh, Jesus Christ, my wife scared the shit out of me. Holy hell. Oh my God, I think I popped my hip. Oh, dude, I just turned to the side. She brought in food. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. God damn, I didn't realize that you were in the room. Oh, whew. All right, heart rate coming back under control. Yeah, what is Hank's traits and profession? Okay. First off, we're at 106 with no arrows pointing up. Thank God. All right, yeah, so we are a police officer with a hearty appetite. We are prone to illness, high thirst, a slow reader with a weak stomach, and we are a speed demon that is very dexterous. We are organized, fit, and then we have very high weight, which right now, the very high weight is combating our fitness. So that's canceled out. Let me take a look at what food this is. Oh my goodness. A burger and fries. Okay, so where are we if we look at the map? Yeah, let's pull that up. Did the game just naturally pause when I did that? I did not. So I press M. The game naturally paused. Interesting. That must be a feature that they have added because that is not something I'm used to. So we are on the outskirts of West Point. Pardon my ASMR. Yeah, we're on the outskirts of West Point. We ended up shooting all of those Zeds from over here. So like a ton of zombies in a perfect world might have migrated. But again, I have not visibly been in this area. So like this stuff, I'm not sure, how many Zeds were in this area, but judging by the amount that we cleared by hand over here and then brought over by shooting, I would wager that at least, we should hopefully notice that this is going to be less populated. Fingers crossed, maybe. And if not, then boo friggin' who for us. But there's gotta be some vehicles, between here and here, in these neighborhoods. I'm sure there's gotta be something that we can find that will help us out. But I think that we'll probably end up spending the night in here. I'm gonna let my guy rest on this stool. I'm gonna eat some of my food here, hang on. All right. We are at 323 subscribers, so if you click that subscribe button during this stream, I want to say thank you. All right, we got the steel rod as a weapon now. Pine cone for fire. All right. Let's see if I can get into this house at all. Oops. You know, let's see if I can make any progress toward getting into this house. All right. House is looking pretty safe so far. The door was open. No way. Are these like sodas? What the hell is going on here? Holy shit, dude. We got cigarettes. A bunch of empty plastic cups and cigarettes. All right, you can eat the sour cream and onion chips. We're smoking another cigarette. Pickle, lard, and rotten tomato. Yummy. Granola. Oh, dude. Okay, granola and milk chocolate. So we've got some food to go. Some white sugar. All right, we got a refill on our water here. Let's get a drink. I think that we are safe in here. A paperback. All right. And what we got in the bathroom? Caffeine pills. I'm gonna take some of the reading material and I think that we're good there. All right, there's not an extra closet that's just hanging out. So let's go. I don't have a rag or anything I can put on this window, do I? No, but he's got a pillow. All right, we're gonna place that. All right, let's go ahead and drop this bag in the corner. All right, we'll put these boxers away. Pine cone. We'll put those in the duffel bag. I hear a zombie. Okay, so they're over here. They're literally on the side closest to the bedroom as well, which is not good. So we're gonna have to take them. Oh shit. Let's go this way. All right, let's see if we can get these two. I think that there's two now. Oh, nope, there's three. Now there's two. Now there's one. Oh, shit. Did he get me? Did I get got? No. Okay. Whew. A hunting knife. All right. Well, I'll take it. All right. A jacket. I'm gonna take the jacket because it's kind of cold out now. All right, there's one Z left that I haven't seen. Where is it? There it is. Let's go take care of her and then go back into the building. Oh, okay, I thought I heard this one. All right, got another jacket. I like this one better. There we go. All right, there we go. Feeling a little bit more safe now. Dude, holy shit, these people got 3 can openers. Well, I'm gonna eat your pickle. So, all right, let's go ahead and sit down. I don't have to try to help. All right, let's go in here, get our heavy duty flashlight, equip it in our secondary, and then we're gonna sit and read. We're gonna sit and read this this book to see if we can help our stress. So we have found ourselves a nice little spot. I think this is definitely a good, staging location for where we are heading. We know that it's safe. We're gonna put this on the map for sure. But again, I say this is like a staging house because it's got no power. It serves the purpose of transit, really. There we go, that made a difference. All right, let's read the news. Ooh, inspect it. Two arrests in a house repair scam investigation. See page 3. Ohio River more polluted than ever. See page 5. Saturday, Knox News, July 3rd, 1993. Printed in Irvington, number 907. Operation Centaur winding down, per the FBI. Louisville, the FBI investigation. Here, hang on one second. Let me turn the rain sounds down just a little bit. There we go. Louisville, the FBI investigation into corruption in the Kentucky General Assembly, codenamed Operation Centaur, has now achieved its main objectives and is winding down, FBI Director Ian Clark said in a press conference in Louisville yesterday. The operation saw more than a dozen Kentucky legislators indicted and convicted of taking bribes related to toxic waste dumping, extortion, racketeering, and conspiracy to defraud the state of Kentucky. House Speaker Dan Dulford has already resigned after being charged with extortion, racketeering, and lying to the FBI. Governor Cal Fairweather was also caught in the controversy and had to distance himself from 2 of his aides in February following their arrest for accepting bribes without, air quotes, without the governor's consent or knowledge, end quote. The controversy crosses party lines, with both Democrats and Republicans indicted. Other legislators facing trial include the, continued on page 2, which I don't think that we have, no. All right, and then we have phone lines still down across the area. Knox area. Knox Telecommunications has apologized for a second day of telephone outages in the Knox region. Cell and car phone reception has also been affected, with both businesses and residences left in turmoil. KT has claimed the outages are due to severe issues with a local telephone exchange and warns it, continued on page 4. And then lastly, WP resident dies after eating 60 hot dogs. West Point, the 16th annual West Point hot dog eating competition, had a tragic end as the winner, Bolton Jupiter, passed away shortly after winning. Quote, he held up the trophy, end quote, said an onlooker. Quote, a little wiener with shades, then he keeled over on a bucket of mayonnaise. Good humor. All right, so we got our news. Put that over to the side. Duffel bag, yeah, okay, so we've got a little bit more stuff in there. So we are agitated. Let's read the Kentucky Observer. Yeah, I feel that the rain, that's the one thing with the leveling here. Like, and I don't know. Oh, shit, I interrupted that. Want to see. There's music volume, the vehicle. I'm scared. I wish there was like dedicated ambient volume. I just wanted to turn down like the sounds of the weather. All right, well now I gotta finish reading this. But the Indie Stone, that is some feedback I have for you. If you have the ability in the mixing settings for us to turn down, right? It's like the music and stuff is totally fine. All of the other sounds, you know, seem to be doing all right, but goddamn, the rain can be extremely loud. Yeah, looking at my my audio right now, I have it turned down 13 decibels. And like the majority of the stream I had it probably around like -6. Okay, well now we're just tense. All right, so look at that. We're making some progress here. All right, put that in the drawer. Dude with the fucking, you're kidding me with this hunger. I could eat a horse right now. Eat your granola bar and go to bed. All right, we're gonna get ourselves some solid sleep. That's what we're gonna do. And it just gets worse. Well, I appear to have made it through the night, friends. Alright, well let's go ahead and put this duffel bag back on. Alright, and we've got this jacket. This one's in better condition. Let's wear this other one. All right, and if we've got beanies and stuff, that's something that we're going to want. All right, let's go ahead and pick our bag back up. All right, that's at 16. All right, let's take a look at what we got going on here. Jod is asking in the chat, he said, so Hank is just permanently queasy? I don't think that that is the case. We are a slow healer. So I think that this is just part of the ramifications of what we're dealing with right now. Because all things considered, like it's day 27, I still feel like it's been like within 2 weeks of when we've been bit. So let's be gracious and see if like over the next month or so, you know, it's 10-11. Let's see if, you know, we get to November. If we get through October and we're still feeling queasy by then, that's not going to be good. But yeah, I think the slow healer trait has something to do with this. And then we've got Winston Design Studio asks, are you on Twitch? I am not yet, but that is definitely something that now that we are getting more and more audience members joining in and more subscribers, that I have considered doing. I've been streaming just to YouTube, but I'm considering doing a dual stream setup, and then I do my VOD releases after the fact. Regardless, YouTube is where the VODs will live. But yes, I have been thinking about putting, you know, streaming to Twitch simultaneously. But right now, no, I don't stream through Twitch. Cool, thanks, man. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I have an account created, but like I have nothing uploaded there yet, or no content on it. All right, there's lard. Gonna take it. Okay, we are going to move onward and upward, friends. Judging by where we are and where we are headed. Right, we go up this road, follow this bend, and then we are on the outskirts of West Point. So let's tread carefully, be vigilant. Know that we got to be prepared for anything. But we had a decent break in there, and we were able to spend a little bit of time. I think we even had the ability to smoke a cigarette or two. Yeah, okay, and we got this hunting knife. I'm gonna put the hunting knife away. All right, I'm gonna get that music turned back up for you. There we go. Feel the glory. That would be crazy if it takes that long to turn into a zombie. Yeah, like more than 2 weeks. Yeah, no, I like fully disabled it because otherwise my guy would have turned within like a couple of days. All right, we got another house shed situation. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. All right, house shed situation, which there appears to be 1, 2, 3. Ooh, does that guy got a backpack? Looks like it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so we got 10 split into 2. All right, and I think that we're far enough. I'm pulling out a pistol right now. All right, there we go. All right, here's what we're gonna do. Oh, damn it, yeah. I don't have the nested inventory mod active because we disabled the mods. I hope he's still alive. There. Oh, took him 3 shots. There, he's dead. Oh! Yeah, there we go. That puts our aiming at, is that level 5? It is. Oh shit, I gotta reload. All right, well, we'll draw in a couple of the neighbors. All right, we got 2 more. Just make sure I'm not drawing in more than I can fight. All right, I think that we're okay. All right, I see one more over there. Let him come to me. Key to the residence. All right. Other than that, okay. I've got 1, 2. I don't see anyone coming from that direction that we came from. No one coming from that way. All right, let's pull out the melee weapon. Try to stop using the bullets. Yeah, there we go. I was like, I think that we've got control of the situation enough that we don't need to waste the bullets. But yeah, I figured that, you know, we're far enough away. This is a pistol. It's important that we have safety. All right. And at that point, dude, yeah, I'm not seeing anyone else. Oh, there's 3 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We're gonna go around this way. Right. Yeah, there's one over here. All right, let's try to manage some of the fallout. Ah, there was more homes that way. Got it. Oh, cool. I mean, at least we've drawn a crowd out. Right. 2 of them. Dude, it is a stormy bastard outside. Holy shit. Getting my ass pelted with rain right now. Alright, where'd this one go? Dude, it's never good when one disappears. Where the fuck that other one go? She was like right here. Ah! Alright, and since we have not shot any guns in a while, I think that we are okay. Alright, let's remove the broken glass and climb on through. Everyday motorist. Alright. Rubber hose, vice grips, got a whetstone, garden hoe, and a pipe wrench. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit on the ground for just a little bit. We're gonna try to look at where we are. And let's take a moment to mark, this as safe. Go ahead and edit this marking. Make it a little bit bigger. All right, we will add a note here. Say, safe travel house. We'll add a little arrow there. Go ahead, do that. All right. So yeah, we are on the outskirts. We shot a whole bunch right here. Looks like there's some homes right across the street. Good to know. Okay. 9 o'clock in the morning. We can go in this house here. And I think that we're going to try to see what's inside. What is going on? Am I carrying too much? Because, yeah, here, hang on. Drop. It had to be because of the weight. All right. Let's read the Everyday Motorist real quick. Okay, well, good. For a second, I was like, am I dying? Fully prepared to meet my maker in this shed. Yeah, God, I'm losing health while holding this. Oh, dude, got a duffel bag guy. Holy shit. All right. Well, there's two of them. To make sure that no one else. Yeah, okay, there's two more over here. I want to deal with them. Deal with the people that I can see and that I know and I'm aware of. Because if I don't, then they will sneak up behind me. They will kill me. They will do the deadly on my face. Right, duffel bag, ba-da-da-da-da-da, duffel bag, ba-da-da-da-da-da, duffel bag, with a lunchbox. Got a rotten burrito, rotten chocolate bread, a dehydrated meat stick, a frozen donut, a granola bar, and everything else is rotted. You can keep it. And I'm losing more health. Beef jerky. Alright, we're gonna drop this duffel bag on the ground after this. All right. There doesn't appear to be, oh geez, many supplies in here so far. All right, well, the bedroom is safe. Guns and ammo. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna sit on this bed and we're gonna read to just try to take some of our troubles away. We're hopeless. What's the point in going on? Nothing good will ever happen. We're gonna read about man's health, December 1986. Learn about the good old days. What was so good about it anyway? Shout out, we are at 324 subscribers. Dude, in that other video, 2 days and 12 hours, and it's almost at, where are we at now? It's almost to 1,700 views. My God, dude. 236 hours of it has been watched. This will probably be the first video, one of the first that goes beyond 30,000 impressions. That is so awesome. Our audience, YouTube is putting us in front of more people is the best way to describe it. We've been doing the same awesome stuff that we've been doing for a while, but now the algorithm is pushing us a little bit further. Definitely a steady amount of content, 43 episodes. But I think I started uploading like direct to VOD and not doing the private, turning the live streams private afterward. I started doing that, I think I'm around like episode 15 of Hank Fultz. Something like that. 43 times. Actually, no, sorry. I was wrong. This is 44. This is number 44. Right. So that seems to, now we're just tense. So that seems to have helped. And then we got yeast. Right. Did I already read the... Yep. I would really like to get a extra large hiking bag. Frank has one on him. All right, well I can read the national celebs, but I can't do the... Funny how these people have VHS tapes. They don't even own a television. What the hell? I see through you. You're a liar. Dude, it is just storming. My God. It's storming and I don't have a car. It's an utterly terrible combination. I don't need this darn house key. I'm throwing it on the ground. Sticking it to the man. All right, I'm gonna take my dehydrated donut, my dehydrated donut. Holy shit, did I just have a stroke? I'm going to take my dehydrated meat stick, my frosted, oh no, the donut is rotten now. Oh, I don't know if it was rotten when I picked it up. It wasn't, I wasted it. It says, they pull out the film and watch the movie frame by frame, obviously. Kind of like how we all watched Hank play the game frame by frame. Well, we have spent a couple of hours sitting and recouping. All right. Given that we are in a house that I feel is safe, dude, like, my problem right now is that we just have so much stuff. Okay, so the improvised, if I got rid of a couple of things, right? Like, let's just, I'm gonna take these things, pull them out. Lard, hunting knife. It's at 18 there. All right, now that's 8. All right, that's I can deal with that more. All right, let's put the first aid kit back in it. All right, we're gonna temporarily decrease what's going on here. Okay, we're good. 11.96. All right, this magazine's going back on the shoulder. 11.79 out of 12. Okay, there we go. We good. We Gucci. All right, we're gonna put on the map here. We're gonna say our survival supplies. Right, and then I'll put here, be like tent, pot, sleeping bag, etc. There we go. Okay, and yeah, I'll just mark that on the map. All right. So if our survival supplies are right here and we can leave them behind temporarily, right? Like, I do not feel the need to carry a whole ass fucking pot with me right now. If I'm headed in a direction that has likely some of these supplies that I'm going to need. So point being, this is in a central enough location that I can, pick it up if need be. We've got some supplies to take us out into the wilderness. I mean, unless we take our survival supplies and we intentionally set up a tent, we intentionally set it up, somewhere in this area, that would keep us closer, but farther enough away. Okay, I think that might be a safe way to go about this. These homes over here, I'm still curious what's at the end of the road. Because if we wanted to go out into this way, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna head out and take a look at what is over here. I'm gonna put this on my back. No, I'm actually gonna hold it. There we go. Oh shit, yeah, and there are the homes over here. I'm actually curious. I want to see what's up this way. Alright, I'm gonna put the pistol in the duffel bag. The butterfly knife. And the handy knife. Oh, come on. I guess I'll put the water bottle. There we go. Two houses. Well, if we pulled in, it looks like we might have pulled in a crowd from this house. I wanted to see if there were vehicles here. Oh, okay, but it looks like we didn't pull on all of them. All right, let's go to the northern house first. I see one lady, one lovely lady standing outside of our house. Hello. Hello, lady. I guess that was a man. My bad, sir. All right. Am I hearing the sound of thunder or the sound of zombies banging on a door? We're gonna do the clearing tactic. You gotta make sure, just kind of check it from a couple different angles here. All right, with that, I think I'm safe. Alright, we're gonna get anyone home? Nope. No one there. Anyone this way? Alright, we are safe in this house. Italian delights? Dude, we can learn to make some pizza. Let's go. No one out pizzas that hut, you know? Some chess pieces. Strainer, got a whisk, some whiskey business, a cucumber, rotten bacon. Oh shit, it's a teacup. House and land for sale. Let's take a seat. We're gonna rest. And again, we're gonna read. We're gonna learn how to make a pizza. All right, we're gonna read magazine Y, June 1982. Oh, let's get some more water. While we are here, let's go ahead and clean ourselves off. Is there any soap? No. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and wash And then let's go ahead and wash all of our clothing. And then let's go ahead and wash our weapon. There we go. Now we're not so covered in blood. We can try to be a little bit more happy. There's a significant lack of food in this establishment, in this joint. Wall Street Post. Don't mind if I do. Dude, yeah, look at that. We're no longer on edge. Fuck, you're on edge. Look at that. Now we're just hungry. I can deal with that. Get some canned mushroom soup. We'll open it and we'll eat it. It's like it's very quiet right now. It's like unsettlingly quiet. And of course, we're still hungry. Because why would we ever be? Why would we ever not be? All right, boys and girls, it's no longer raining. Let's go. We're going next door. We're going to the bigger house. There's got to be better food there. Hank Fultz exists to break into your home and eat all of your food. But he does. Not a bug, it's a feature. Okay, and there's a shed over there. Ooh. And a barn. Hello, my friends. It's nice to know I'm not alone anymore. All right. More news. Oh, Jesus. Can you imagine getting hit in the face with a steel bar that many times and not going down? Holy shit. All right. Well, it looks like we've got some company. I had to be careful. I didn't know if there was going to be about like 7 more spilling out that window. All right. Well, we've got your key. Finders keepers. This house is now mine. You see, Charles, I have called dibs. All right, there's more books. The children, they love the books. Beanie. Yes. It's getting to be beanie weather. It's 66 degrees. Oh, dude, did you guys hear that? That was my shoulder that just popped. Holy shit. All right. Well, we're going to dismantle electronic items. That's going to be a new thing that we're doing. So while we are in these homes, we're going to make the most of them. Yeah. We need one electrical? Yeah, dude. We just need one level of electrical. That's all I'm asking. Chekhov's short stories. A shower cap. Another book. This is one of them big houses. They got nice stuff here. Ooh. A jacket. Jaquette. That is actually got pretty good insulation. How is this one? That's about the same. Ooh, but the shell. Nah. It's got minus. Yeah, boxed wine. About to get shitty on some wine? Yes, we are, sir. We're gonna drink a whole box wine. It's 6:40 p.m. Ooh, boy. Enjoy that visual distortion, audience. There you go. We're fine. Got some suit pants, sewing patterns. Sewing a long skirt. It's a recipe. Oops. I'm surprised that it's not gonna say something like you're too drunk to read. All right, we have read some stories. Ooh, dude, you got canned corned beef. Go ahead and open that. Open ring. Yeah, let's open and eat it all. While that's happening, gotta figure out our next steps. There's beer. Pizza cutter. Ooh. A die. Well, let's go up and see what's over here, and then we've got the shed. And that's likely where we will call tonight's stream. I'm recording now for 3 hours and 15 minutes, and there's like a 20-minute slump there in the middle. Okay. Let's hope that this is something positive. All right, yes. Empty bottle. 2 bags of animal feed. 2 sacks. 2 things of wheat seeds. Dried wheat sheaf. 3 sacks of sand. 2 extinguishers. An empty bucket. Seed packet of radish. Seed packet of sweet potatoes. Barbed wire. Cheesecloth padlock. And shears. 4 things of fertilizer, a wood saw, another book on farm price guide. Okay. Seed packet, tomato, animal care 2, which we actually need. I think that we do. We are only at Animal Care 1, but just because I don't know that I have the second book. Large knife. Look, there you go. There's our secondary weapons. And I can take this shit and throw it on the ground. Alright, and then what is this? A crude bench vise, which is a tool. Are you able to install it? It says it is a tool. It's crude. Alright, well, let's go up. What's in here? This looks like the door was beaten off of it. No. Ooh, empty factory. Or empty assembly line, conveyor belt? What the hell is going on in here? Just a big old empty building with trash. Alright, well, this must be maybe just the place where they process the wheat field, the wheat that's here. That'd be my assumption. Nothing usable in here for me. Here we go, let's hop on in. There's a speaker here. Dismantle it. Will you dismantle the earbuds too? Yes, I can. I really need to remind myself to dismantle the electronics. There's Mechanics 3. I think that we have all of the Mechanics books, though. Okay, let's do light switch. Well, let me dismantle that. What a shame. We're gonna drag this guy a little bit away from the house. Oops. There we go. Remove the broken glass. All right, and that sets us up for coming in here. All right, let's come in here, get ourselves water. We are gonna equip this guy in our secondary. And then let's go ahead and read Crime and Punishment. Why not? Exciting. Yeah, we gotta manage our stress and boredom and stuff. Almost there. Bam. Now we're just tired and queasy. Oh, hell yeah. All right, we're going to turn that down. All right, my friends. With that, we have traveled long and far today. Let's review. Let's take a look at what we've been up to. All right, so we started over here in our lake house. And really, we kind of assessed. We were about to go do some fun stuff, do our Operation Reckoning Day that we had set up. Oh, this is an icon that isn't loaded in, this giant sensor bar. But yeah, we decided that we needed to pivot because our vehicle died. We got out of the car once we took it here, and it's dead. So, like, literally, our engine died. Right? Our engine died. So we need to replace our car. We ended up, coming back to the house, spending our time here, and then hiking by foot up across Skullcrack Road, and really kind of just making our way up to Raccoon Road here. So we are now on the outskirts of West Point, which again is dangerous, but we are approaching it from the opposite side. We had originally approached it from the East Coast over here. And we pulled a lot of these zombies through shooting when Frank died, to be honest. So I don't know how many of them have migrated from here to there. So we are approaching from the safe side. And genuinely, I think that where we are right now, this sets us up for a good scouting mission. We're going to be able to go into the town and really kind of see what things are like, and we're going to find a car. So we will put this in here. We want to find a car in West Point. We're going to put this in here. Oop, come on. Drag this way. All right. We are going to put a note here and say Z migration from shots, right? There we go. Right, the Z migration from the shots would have led us that way. And let's go ahead, edit these guys, make them bigger. But yes, we are going to be approaching from the north in the coming episodes here in an attempt to replace our vehicle. And maybe as part of this, we take over West Point and we get our revenge. We get to take Frank back. It truly has been a crazy journey to think about. 44 episodes, like I said, 324 subscribers, and almost 1,000 hours of watch time in the last 28 days. And I can't say thank you enough to the audience. If you are new, I just want to say welcome to a wonderful community. And, for those of you that are here week to week, I love seeing the familiar faces. You add so much joy to the process of making this content. And I look forward to continuing to deliver more interactive stuff for you guys, like that chat. So sorry that kind of went kaput about halfway through, but it was really fun seeing that popping up. Winston says, good job and keep going. Thank you. Yeah, there's plenty of more content on the horizon here. So all I could say, my friends, is with that, I am just some dude on the internet, and I will see you in the next video.